What to talk about the results from the 2K last night, though?
If you want to talk about the results from the 2K, we can do that. I didn't actually know it was on.
Dude, what's it called? Well, first of all, there's two upsets. Well,
Are we talking about the EU one, or are we doing the NA one as well?
Well, the NA one's definitely more interesting in my opinion because
the
Renegades
EU one
beat
just...
Splice, okay, and Reciprocity, the new roster, well, basically Envious with Smackdown instead of Boo Boo Doo beat Tox.
Yeah.
Oh.
In fact, we should probably pull up the Halo Dirt Hive website just to like talk about it. If you want to.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. So you said I didn't even know like Envy had a team. I have not kept up to date with stuff.
Technically have a team anymore. What happened was the team that went to Worlds. What they did is they dropped Boo Boo, picked up
down,
and then they just became Wreck.
All right then.
And
then Reciprocity just split completely, and it's now
these are the most recent results. 23rd. Yeah, these are last night's results. I found them.
Tick. It's disappeared in terms of who he's teaming with now.
Oh, and that's something else as well. Another upset. Jimbo lost to his coach Havoc. Havoc, Morga, Batchford, and
I put a screenshot yesterday, which I'll stick in the old
Jimbo in that.
You don't want me putting a picture in here, do you?
No, that's good.
But who I screenshot it off, but it was the results from last night.
Fortnite time. What a name.
Hey, what's going on? What are you guys on about? Like sticking a picture, like some. Oh, right. You mean the chat? Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, it was scrolled up a little bit, so it didn't automatically let go down.
Discord's funny for that sometimes.
I'm surprised APG came second though. I don't know what that's about. Not trying to be rude or anything.
Tweet about Midquin shit in the bed.
I did Midquin shit to bed. I didn't even like watch the whole thing.
It's in his shots. APG was like, yeah, we came second in the 2K. Midquin sucked, but he's got a whole week to get better.
The fact that like Demon D is in the top 8 for this blows my mind.
Dude, Demon D's a good player. Even Ryan, who was like, he's actually all right.
Yeah, it's just like the fact that it's taken this long.
Because, like, people still have that stigma because, like, that first stretch when he went from like H3 through Reach, he was a bit of a nonce.
How do you guys know that?
I've been around longer than people think I have.
Well, I'm not even up to date with American Halo now. Like, to be honest, the American amateur scene, I feel like this is too much drama, especially already being in the European Halo scene, like amateur Halo scene. It's like, I have enough drama where I am, you know? And I can't be asked, like, even, like, acknowledging amateur Halo, American Halo players right now, to be honest.
I just haven't kept up to date with it because I haven't seen anything. I think I've been inactive for so long.
I need to update that free agent list.
I think that I've been inactive from looking at Halo stuff for so long that my Twitter feed and whatever now just doesn't give me that stuff because it's like, oh, you don't want to see it anymore, so we're not going to shove it into your timeline.
Oh, by the way,
3 weeks ago, free agent list.
When are we starting this, by the way?
I mean, I've been recording since like 5 minutes ago.
Right, I didn't know that. Right, because I was wondering then, like, are any of you streaming or anything? Because you sounded like professional like 5 minutes ago. Like everyone was like sounding like Swift and all that. Like casters, you can tell when they try and speak like formally and shit. Like, well, at least like informally, like the formal version of informal talk. You know?
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
the best way to keep it raw is just to not tell people that you've hit the record button and just do it, and then.
It's because like I go like Crossman wants me to sub for a scrim later, and he's like at 7:30. So I just wanted to like let you know, because like you still have like I have like an hour if that's all right.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
All right. What's this free agent list? Who is on here? Let's have a look at this.
Before anyone gets a shock and surprise, I am on the list. Okay, I'm pulling myself up.
See, we can talk about this because this is the event. We can talk about.
Oh, I've got you down as England. That should be Wales.
I know. I was pissed off, but then like on set did it, and I was just like, I can't be asked like asking on because he took like 3 days to change it. So I was like, well, I'll just leave it.
Let's fix that. It's just Wales, please. Thank you.
Oh, dude, thank you so much. That means a lot to me.
I need to update a lot of these American teams. But actually, while we're at it, should I just do that now?
Let's have a look at some of the. Who is Caterly? Caterly? Who is this? Never heard of this
Destroyed.
person.
Who's that team? Nemesis Destroyed. It's straight sick now, and
Yeah. Who the hell's Catrocity? I feel like someone just made a Smurf and just wanted to be cool.
he went to a couple of events like a few years ago just to spectate, and like he just he went under a different name. I can't remember what it was, but then he wants to get back into it now.
Back into spectating. Not trying to be rude, but
Actual competitive Halo.
okay.
What's the name of Straight's new force? It's Straight Sick, Nemesis Destroyed, and who's the other one now?
I like Ryan. No, it's Ace, isn't it? Ace is on the team with Straight Sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think yeah, because they announced it the other day. Straight announced that Ace and Straight Sick were coming back,
Yeah.
and all the comments were just like Straight Sick.
Yeah, I know. I was actually literally no one typed that in the chat, but then yeah, I thought named it.
Commonly is suspected. That's Elevate now, isn't it?
Oh.
Oh, it'll do. Right, we'll take off Ego's team because that's split for the 17th time. That time's not going, so that'll go to TBC.
There's a few people on this free agent list that I just don't know of.
Limpo.
I've not updated it with
Heard of
TB2s and
Yeah,
stuff.
Limpo, One Tap Turtle.
Was
Don't know
with
who that
the
is.
first Invalid team last September.
VH.
He's been friends with me in that for years.
Don't know who Frantic is either.
Once
I
I had a
called
tweet, I was like, I'll put it on.
X YHVH. The Twitter is I'm Meloria.
And then Dash is
Interesting.
playing with this Explicity guy. Who is this?
I've heard of him.
It's not actually them. Dash is like, I think he's teaming to with Kenny at the minute.
Ah,
Plus present.
ooh, I'm looking at this
There we go.
team name list. You haven't got Revive in here. You've got Revive Black. There's
But
no.
I don't know about what the rest of the teams are.
Revive at the moment is just team of two, Assault and Shotty Boy.
Because they egoed me quite hard. Well,
Wait,
hard
what?
the other day.
Did you ask to join them?
Yeah, I asked them both to run games, and Jay was like, "Yeah, sure, great idea." And then Niels was like, "The market for a bit."
Rest in peace. All right then.
So we might as well live up to the meme here.
Oh shit, you're on the list,
Yeah,
Manatee, as well. So I know you just said you were an FA, I just didn't see you on the list. Makes
I've
sense
been
now.
debating.
I'm in charge of the list, so it's like, I want to put myself on it. I can, if I wanted to, I could put myself on Jimbo's team right now.
I've been debating whether I want to be on this list or not, because every time I watch anything competitive, I want to compete, but then as soon as I start doing it, I get so fed up with the game, I just get annoyed and I'm like, why am I doing this?
Have you ever had like a good team before? Like don't mean good as in like, you know, record breaking results or anything. I mean like, you know, good teammates.
Yeah, but not recently. The last time I had a decent team that I got along with and we all like wanted to play, it was probably like a year or two ago. So
Ski.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult.
The old Ensky squad.
yeah, that was alright to be fair. Yeah, that's probably the last decent team I was on. I can't even remember. It was me, Sam Shots. Fuck.
And it was.
I know Diggy was on it, but I think we dropped him.
I can't remember his name. What's his name? Tease. That's the lad.
Oh yeah, Teaster. And then we had someone else. Who else was there?
No idea.
There's a 3U and Dash for a while.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, yeah.
It needs updating while I'm at it. Um, that's a team of two in it though.
I like how the only team in here that's really stuck together for a very long time is Warlord, Looney, Outcast, and Squashy.
They've been like Looney and Squashy, apart from one event, have been teammates for the best part of 5 years now.
Yeah.
Gambit instead of Gambit. Lol.
In fact, are they the only team on this list that are still the same as what they were last event?
I think so.
As far as let's double check. Well, on the EU side anyway. I'd read, but
No, someone on
Right,
Invalid Red
is
is gone. I think Alpha is on the team actually.
yeah, but I think I was talking with Eric last night because I might be coaching them.
No way, dude. Nice.
And I get egoed by everyone else again. Yeah, in uni in September.
So Manti, what do you think? Like, what is your job as a coach then? Like, what do you think coaching, the role of coaching, consists of?
Well, it depends. It depends on what the team wants, isn't it? Really, because some teams they just want you there as a stopwatch, like what Bobby Warrior was for Maestro last season. You got your Turks who can sit there and give you random motivational speeches and supply all the weed.
And then trash the hotel after the event and pay 800 in damage fees.
And have to cost Vex $5,000 for an apartment for
Yeah.
Denver.
Literally use their winnings to pay the damage fees in the hotel.
If they want you to lurk in streams and scout reports on other teams and do that, if they want you to keep the head in the game, motivate them, and coach at the same time. Back in the day, that back in the day was play and coach. I coached the Respectfuls team. It was him, Warlord, Mose, and a guy called Adversary from back in the day.
Adversary. Never heard of him.
Well, a big man Jack was like 3 foot tall.
A lot of
Right.
people I haven't heard of
Yeah.
used to be in the competitive scene.
Fast moving scene. The turnover is quite high.
How many teams do you think we'll get at this event?
1, and I'm willing to put 30 quid on it.
Give me a.
We're probably gonna get like our usual 28 to 30 turnout.
That's with American
next
teams.
event.
With American teams 41. I mean, we're gonna get our usual 28 to 30. I reckon. You got to take into account all the NA top 8 are all going to be there because they want seeding points and money.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's probably going to be one A and Z team and probably 1 or 2 Latin American teams coming over.
I reckon some other American amateur teams will
Probably gonna be
come over
more
as well. To be honest,
Yeah.
just
Gonna be some
not
people
the best teams, but like just fans of the, just want to go to London as an excuse, basically.
There's going to be one amateur team. There's going to be one amateur team that thinks, oh, it's only European. If we can get top 32 in America, that obviously means top 6 EU. So they're going to come over and get rounded and then shit the bed.
Yeah, well, actually, not really, because it's still going to be the same American team.
Robert the Turtle.
Oh, that was funny, that tweet.
And then there's probably going to be some like 4 people that just want to go to London anyway. They just so happens to be HCS London, so they make a team.
I reckon there's going to be a few of those teams, to be honest. I reckon there's going to be about like at least 40 teams there, in my opinion.
I reckon there's going to be a couple extra ANT teams compared to normal because now you get the chance to see all these guys that they've been watching online for years.
Yeah, I say you could give like 14, 15 spots to American and other region teams, and then maybe like 20, 25 Europeans.
I reckon we're still going to get our 28.
Yeah, me too.
That's
Just 'cause
28 to
Americans-
30.
Yeah.
Also, because most of the people that go to LAN won't say they're going to LAN until probably late August anyway.
So, predictions for the FFA, and who do you think is going to win it as well? I think it's it's gonna be closer than the past events, to be honest.
Yeah, no offense to Batchford, but if there's Americans coming over, I don't think Batchford's gonna win
Yeah.
this one.
Wins by 6.
I don't. Yeah, I don't see a European winning it. If the Americans are coming over, who won the American? It was Ryan Noob, wasn't it? Who won the last American
How was the
FFA?
nice score though? Oh no, he actually won the whole thing as well, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I could see Batchford getting into the final. I don't know if they do 6 or 8 now. Is it 8?
Maybe if he doesn't get his final warning again this time round.
Yep. He was in there with Ryan Noob last time, so I could see him getting in. But he's like the only European, either like Batchford and then maybe SLG.
SLG wasn't allowed in the last British one, keep in mind, which is probably why, well, arguably, why Batchford had like better chances at winning.
Yeah,
the European
because
one.
he got like a technical higher seed, quote unquote. So he'd have been playing against the Microsoft Store kids for the first couple of rounds. Paul's gonna go at New Orleans.
Pardon?
Gonna go.
Me? What? You're cutting out a little bit for me.
Sorry. How do you think New Orleans is gonna go?
Oh right. That's the next American one, right? Next American event.
Splice are not gonna win it. I'm calling it now.
Who do you think is gonna win it then instead of Splice? You have to say who's
Reclaim
gonna.
the throne.
Give me a top 4.
Tox. You think?
I'm saying Tox win it.
Ah,
It's been long enough. There's enough video footage now of streams and like the tournaments and stuff to crack the Splice code.
true, but I still
Run
think
at 900 miles an hour and make Royal 2 play as fast as he can. Actually, all they do.
Royal Dude's a goddamn beast, dude. Like, I thought I was good at the game, and then I literally watched his stream, and he was just like, I don't know, he's just always on. It's like he literally knew everything about the specific game he was in.
Yeah.
You know, he was just standing up top mid, looking at where which bubble they're gonna spawn in before they even knew which way they were gonna look. You know, dude, guy's a beast. I don't know how he consistently gets the best stats though out of Tox. That's weird, in my opinion.
As much as I want Tox to win, I don't think they will. I think Splice will probably take it.
I'm so I have to be this guy, but I think I would love to see Reciprocity win it, but the chances of that are
I'd love to see any team other than Splice win because I just dislike Splice. But I think they'll probably win, just because everyone's trying to break this Splice meta thing, and as soon as it gets hectic, everyone's gonna fall back into their usual stuff that they do and get steamrolled by Splice.
Yeah.
So if you think all the other teams are gonna be thinking about playing differently and trying to beat this Splice meta or Splice code thing, and as soon as it gets hectic, they're gonna be like, oh shit, and they're gonna just naturally go back to how they used to play the game, and then
I think it's going to be slightly different because they've been around. It's because they'll have had more time to practice it this time around. Because when Splice formed, it was they didn't scrim anyone, so nobody knew how to prepare for it.
Are they actually scrimming people now?
Well, they're playing in the 2Ks, so.
Yeah, the only game time people are getting with them are 2Ks.
Okay.
If they randomly see them in matchmaking.
So everyone's getting a game against them every week. Is 2Ks every week?
Every week from now to the event.
Yeah.
Every Saturday, to be exact.
If you might play Splice, if you're a top team, you might play them 6 to 8 times before the event.
They're also the sort of team that won't show their hand, and they'll just play it like it's an 8's lobby.
Yeah.
I think Splice would do.
I still think I know you said about teams being after the game gets hectic and Splice do what they do, and then they go back to how they used to play. But I still think, especially Tox will adapt so much from watching, especially players like Snakebite that will actually put in the time to go over. Well, not saying Reciprocity won't. I just know that Snakebite will. You know, go over the gameplay, learn how they're gonna play, and he'll probably have before he goes into any game, you know, he'll have a good mindset to get out of like a 4 dead spawn trap type of stuff. You know, he'll know what to do. He won't overcommit and then die, or I think Tux will be prepared. But like other teams, maybe like teams that will place around about like 4th through 6th, like I don't know, like Elevate or Ryan FC maybe. But I still think Reciprocity and Tux will be composed against the Splice team.
It's like Snakebike's like a competitive psychopath. It's like winning isn't enough for him.
To win by
No,
3-0 in
no.
every CTF. I still think it's going to be like Splice, Tox, Wreck, and then someone else for top 4.
I think it could probably still be Renegades.
Yeah, Renegades is a good team. What do you reckon about the European? Well, like since obviously the American teams are coming over to London and all, you can talk about like a home field advantage or whatever. Personally, I don't think there'll be any difference whatsoever about how teams perform unless like American teams are coming in, they've got jet lag and that type of stuff. But besides
Yeah,
that, I
I
still
would
think
say
the
jet
American
lag.
teams are just going to be just as good as the American, and the American teams will play roughly the same because it doesn't really make a difference in my opinion. But what about the strength of the teams now in general? Like, for example, the last couple of events, I thought that the talent on these teams are a little bit diverse in terms of like there's like 2 players on each team that are just better than the other 2. But now I think the top 3 teams, at least like Splice, Tux, Reciprocity, and even some of that like other American teams, I still think they're like better than the last event, generally. So how do you think Europeans will perform against those teams? I personally, I can see Respectful's new team doing better than any other European team has ever done, despite like the strength of the American teams. But at the same time, the other European teams, I don't know how good they'll compare to these, in my opinion, stronger teams.
I think we're due for another DreamHack Atlanta, where all the EU teams, they make all these amazing rosters, they go over, and then it's top 16 here.
Yeah.
One top 12. One team breaks top 12 if they're lucky, and then we go into another season of Roster Mania before London.
I think that's just because it's the EU way now is just if it doesn't work, change it, and just to switch your team up every event. And the only team that...
we saw how hard Infused were trying to keep it together, but like because of how they literally began to hate each other on a personal level, they just couldn't keep it up.
I think this is a massive step back now, though, like trying to form, because you've got now like 3 or 4 new teams entirely that are formed of these top players, but they've only played together for what, like a month or 2 by the time the event comes around, maybe 3 months, and these American teams have played together for ages. Like,
it's going to go back to the days where TCM and Vibe would be the teams that go over every time, and then they'd be lucky if they take a game off a top 8 team.
Yeah. I think at this point, European teams are going to struggle against European teams, so they're going to get absolutely destroyed by North American teams.
Yeah, but in
the long run, if the season was much longer, it'd be better because now they're playing it. Now it's not just Infused versus everyone else. Push each other more, but
if this was a European-only event, it'd be great. Like in terms of how close the matches are going to be. Because all the teams have changed and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not going to be fun to watch though, as a European Halo player.
No.
Just to see all of the European teams probably, and I hate to say it, getting slapped around by better American.
I say an hour into Sunday, there'll be no European teams left.
I don't know. Well, it depends on how good, and I think EU's only hope is Respectful's team. It depends how good they do, in my opinion. If they turn up, if they practice well as a team, they work on strategies, like they fix all of the individual errors that every single player makes, and they just analyze how American teams play, I think they have a chance of lasting a little more than an hour on Sunday. But if any of that doesn't happen, I completely agree that there'll be
depends on how many teams make it through to Sunday this time around as well. You have to remember, last event, like obviously it's going to be different because there's more teams, but last event only the top 4 were in on Sunday, and only the top 16 made it to Saturday.
This is essentially an American event, but it's just being held in the UK.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how many teams like actually go out Friday again, because that's always been one of my big gripes. There's always been one of like Great Red Shift's biggest gripes, even though he admins the events, is sending teams home day one. All this money just to play 6 games, and then that's it.
Yeah.
I always say that as well. Like there should be
I agree with like a losers one, but you shouldn't take half the bracket out on day one.
Yeah, I agree, but then at the same time, that's how that format works, you know. But I still think there should be like side stations, well, a lot more side stations where teams can actually like play each other. Maybe like they obviously don't take away from the speed of the tournament.
They fixed that a bit last event when they added in the free play, but
yeah, they did have options for that last event, but especially like with the amount of teams that are going to be knocked out this time,
they're going to need to have more stations, aren't they? Because of how many teams they're expecting.
But at the same time, though, like
there should be more this time. They have more money, clearly, because of the prize pool. They should be able to invest in more side stations and stuff.
But at the same time, though, like the teams that are knocked out, like even if they're American or European, will still, first of all, get the Americans already will probably have met the American pros, but the Europeans can meet the American pros. There'll be a lot of entertaining, like high level gameplay from like the great teams playing each other. You know, so there is, it's not going to be just waiting around on Saturday for the high AM teams to get knocked out, so then you can watch the pro teams play and then get to the quarterfinals and finals and all that. But there's going to be a lot of great games on Saturday and even like Friday, probably, I'm assuming, if they show the right games. So everyone's not going to be standing around just waiting for the tournament to continue,
I think the casters and those that are like actually attached to the European scene should like start paying more attention to the amateur scenes and all the dramas. If you go back to last September, when you look at who was playing first round, it was like Will's basic team getting absolutely smashed by Infused. But if you look what happens, everyone was watching Potent and Radiant because that was like they like literally hated each other. It was a 3-way triangle. It was those two and us and Intuition. It was like the 3 of us teams. We all just hated each other. And seeing that grudge match round 1, it was even better because it was a reverse sweep as well.
Yeah,
so I think the casters should be paying more attention, and those are the series that should be put on main stage.
Definitely, the closer games need to be put on main stage. Not all the time. Sometimes you can have like a professional team versus a high AM team. But
nobody wants to watch Prime Esports get overkilled by fucking Dr. Kress again.
I know, I completely agree with that. But like the whole argument about the casters should pay more attention, I completely agree. But then sometimes casters, like for example, Golden Boy, he has like a lot of shit to do. He's doing shit with like WWE. He's doing shit like I don't know. I just see his face all over the place doing different things. And to pay attention to like the European AM scene, well, there should be a couple of casters that maybe could be involved, but I don't think necessarily it's part of their job. But it'd be nice if one of them did pay attention, and then like that person could talk about which games and have a stronger opinion about like which games should be spectated, and obviously which caster should be casting it, because then like he can spread his knowledge about the teams and stuff like that, so then other casters are educated on the European drama and stuff like that. But I don't think like it's possible that even if
we just start making more discussions closer to the event, whether it's us or whoever, to just be like, oh, these are the matchups we want to see. We want to play these guys. We want to see Ego Goose against everyone this land.
Oh my god, that would be great. Yeah, I think that should be done. But then I feel like that is sort of our job to be like, well, we want to see these. Well, obviously it's their job to like, show the entertaining matches and that. But I don't think there's going to be any EU versus EU AM teams this event to be. Well, not many anyway. Either like 1, maybe 2, because it's just the amount of quality teams that are coming over and all that type of stuff. But definitely in events after that, though, European events.
If we're gonna get a world style pool play thing. They haven't announced the tournament format yet, or whether we're just gonna get a big massive open bracket.
I don't think it'll be an open bracket. I think it'll be like the champ bracket.
When they do the tournament, and then I think we were saying earlier, when they do the tournaments, and then on Sunday, it's literally just semis, and then finals, and then the winners, like, the actual grand finals. Just 3 games. Those are the worst. That's like the worst format to have. Because I came over to the last event, and we came over just for Sunday, and we saw 3 or 4 matches of Halo. Like, it's just
even then with all the watching Sneaky fall asleep for an hour and a half because the service kept dropping.
Yeah, you should have the final day, Championship Sunday, should be the top 8. Like,
yeah, that's doable.
There
Well,
should
at
be.
the very least, top 6 because you get the winners semis as well.
Yeah.
The
When
winners
you,
semis and then the losers of them start flying through the losers bracket.
but when it's literally just the top 4, and it's like, great, we're gonna see this team face this team. One gets knocked to losers. Then
Too
we
too
watch
much
that
downtime.
matchup, and then it's like, yay, finals time. You know. And the way they drag it on is just by putting every single series as a best of 7. Like, I would rather
Yeah,
have.
behind the scenes stuff where they're like making jokes with each other in a boxing ring, pouring water over Lethal's head, which is funny. Don't get me wrong, but I'd
Yeah.
rather watch people play Halo. Any clips in for the stream this year? I've put like 7 clips across. I'm hoping it.
I
one will be
haven't because I don't even know where to send them. But if you send me the link or
Uh,
whatever, I will
the-
submit some.
Waypoint. No, I don't want to. I want to check my bank now. Thank you, Google.
All right, we've been talking about HCS for like a solid 25-30 minutes. So I say,
So there's a
Move
lot
on.
to. Well, here I'll just put the clip in the chat.
all right.
But actually, it's gonna go straight to my clips as well. But that is the. If you want to submit your clips, you just send a link to that.
All right then. So yeah, other topics. Seeing as though we've discussed HCS London for like a solid 30 minutes. The thing that everyone's been talking about for the past like week or two now, maybe even 3 weeks. I don't know. When was E3? Like 2 weeks ago now. Yeah. Halo Infinite.
Oh my
I'm
god.
pretty. I've already asked.
I've got such low expectations at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're on the same. We're on the
I
same
reckon
page here.
we're gonna see the same thing as we saw with Halo 5. We're not gonna see anything until Gamescom, and then we're gonna see like the game that's not finished, glitchy as hell. Any of it by the time the game actually releases.
I'm pretty sure we're on the same page as to what we thought of the trailer as well. We're not impressed really.
Sorry, I shouldn't be so disrespectful on like a podcast, but Jesus Christ, they could actually show a little bit of gameplay, or at least part of the game that's actually going to be in the game. Maybe even if it's like a map or something like that. They showed us pretty much absolutely nothing.
It was an
At all.
engine demo, and I think every single competitive player understood that, but every single casual fan shit their pants when they saw the classic armor revealed, and that's all they needed to get hyped. But all the competitive people were like, "Great, we know nothing about the game at all. What a waste of time."
Even then, like there's already there's already classic armor in the game now in Halo 5. And now obviously that's not the same. That's not the default armor. I don't know why it's not the default armor and that like stupid recruit armor is, but it's not going to change anything. Even then, it could still end up looking similar to Halo 5, more similar than Halo. More similar to
Well,
Halo
I
5 than
don't-
like Halo
Old
4.
helmet, an old helmet isn't gonna do anything about classic movement.
Yeah, but we don't know that though. The only thing we know is that there's classic armor in the game. Wait, did they like make a tweet saying this class like slower movement or something? Or
They may have
I think it
said a
is.
few things. But this is something that nobody's touched on, and I'm curious. I thought of this like an hour ago. So, because they've gone with the whole classic look for the game, and this is a continuation from Halo 5. This is the next like step in the story. They've already revealed that it is the continuation of Halo 5. How the balls is Agent Locke gonna like look? He's gonna have to change. He's gonna be like a classic Spartan rather than the Halo 5 look. How is everyone
he
gonna
made
look
it look
now?
the same. Yeah, I
You
think that
can't
he's
just
just
make
gonna
him
look
look
the same.
the same, because then like the art styles don't clash.
Here's the question. We'll just throw it out there. Seeing as we saw classic helmets, is that actually going to be part of Infinite, or is that just going to be some like flashback at the start of the game?
Oh God, no. If that's the Halo's dead if they do that. If that's like a flashback thing, and when you actually play the game in matchmaking or whatever, then you're playing as the Halo 5.
And you're wall jumping, teleporting, jetpacking everywhere.
The Halo's
No,
dead.
come
if
on.
that happens.
They basically, I think all of like the characters are gonna look the same. It's just Master Chief is reverting back to his old armor, obviously. And well, that's what I can piece together from that like engine demo. But besides that, I think the default armor in like matchmaking and stuff will probably be or should at least be classic armor. But besides that, I don't think they're gonna make everyone look bloody classic like how they used to back in the old Halos.
I'm
So.
just worrying about like Like characters' faces and
the
stuff.
engine has got very high promise for like how it looks visually.
Yeah. I don't think they'll change that. What about like like Lasky's face, Palmer, Halsey? How all those guys look? Will it still be like ultra realistic like Halo 4 and 5, or is it gonna be a bit more video
Pretty the same.
gamey?
So it's still gonna be ultra realistic. It's just that the actual clothing and stuff, the
Yeah.
actual attire. That's what's gonna be like. Is it gonna be classical modern?
I think it'll be little things such as like in current games it'll be like things like Dr. Halsey's lab coat blows in the wind and stuff, whereas I think in this one it'll be more like everything's kind of static and you can tell it's a video game. Like clothing is just fixed
That's
on people and it doesn't move with the environment and stuff.
But I don't think that's
Like
going to
that.
be a thing at all. The only reason something like that would happen is because like they have so much amazing gameplay ready for us. They don't have the space to render it.
I would hope that. I literally wouldn't even care if Halsey's coat moved or not, so long as the rest of the game. Like, I don't think anyone would actually care at all, besides maybe speedrunners that saw that every day of their lives. But besides that, no one's gonna care. Well, maybe some like reviewers from like video game reviewers from like that just do it on their
Yeah.
YouTube channel or stuff like that. But besides that, the core audience won't care so long as they're having like so much of a good time playing. I don't know, for example, split screen at their home. Then they wouldn't care.
Yeah. True LAN support from the start, where you don't need a separate Xbox app, or the computer app, where you can just go on the system link from inside the game.
Not needing to load up a Microsoft Surface that crashes every hour and you have to restart your lobby.
They got more important stuff to focus on, to be honest, than making a lab coat move with the wind. So
I meant for like cutscenes and stuff, not in game. Nobody looks at that stuff in game, but just in like the cutscenes, just how the art style's gonna be.
they have like a separate like team that they hire to do that sort of stuff, or is that just Halo Wars?
They probably do. I mean, they've got like the entire like Microsoft.
Yeah, I wonder if it's Blur doing the cutscenes actually for the game.
Hope they are, because they did a fucking good job with the
Yeah.
first Halo Wars. I haven't even played the first Halo Wars, but I've seen like all of the cutscenes in like
Well, they
one
did the
long
cutscenes
YouTube
for Halo
video.
Wars 2 as well, and they were good.
The second one, I played it. I got to play it for like 2 weeks, and it had this permanent thing where you could system reset the Xbox, hard reset, uninstall, reinstall, and nothing worked. And
Yeah,
I got hit with that.
same. I played Halo Wars 2 for
Thankfully,
like
I
a
went to
week,
Xbox
and then
before, I got
one
a full refund.
campaign mission physically wouldn't load, and I uninstalled, reinstalled, updated. I started the campaign mission, and it just crashed my Xbox
I couldn't
completely.
even load the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to Xbox Live Support and I managed to get a refund on a digital download, which is
Oh, what? I didn't.
I don't think this is one of the topics we were going to talk about, but what do you guys want to see the most in Halo Infinite? I have like a long list, to be honest.
The gameplay is what I want to see.
That's
I don't care if they make like Master Chief blue, or if he's got like if he walks around with no boots and he's just there in like some speedos or whatever. As long as the game's fun, it doesn't bother me.
That's the only thing you want to see? Classic movement, then, basically.
Yeah, no game-breaking mechanics.
They've been trying to do this whole sprint thing for best part of, what is it, 8 years now, when they tried starting it with Reach.
Yeah, that's a long time actually.
It's shown that it just doesn't work. It's like the reason they keep doing it is because they look at all these other shooters. They're looking at Rainbow Six, they're looking at COD, and they're looking at Gears of War, and they're like, oh, well, these games get away with it, so why can't we? And it's like, because the kill times are too long, and the game just doesn't work well with advanced movement.
Yeah, they went for this whole like trying to cater to a wider audience to bring people over to Halo who didn't previously like the game.
To compete with the other games by becoming the other games.
Yeah.
Instead of doing what Bungie did,
actually.
which was just...
I think they said something about it. They said like, we tried to bring people in that didn't like Halo. We tried to make them like it by putting things that they were familiar with from other games into Halo, and it just didn't work.
What they did is they attracted like 5% of they got like a 5% audience, but then they dropped like 60% of their actual Halo
Just
players.
because you put like thrusting in the game and basically double jumping essentially doesn't mean that like 50% of the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare players at the time, because that was what was released, are gonna like jump over to Halo. And I think
no one
they
goes
realised
to
that.
Counter Strike and raves that they're on classic movement, do they?
No.
It was not made. Like the core mechanics of Halo do not support any kind of advanced movement outside of maybe a clamber or a stabilize.
Yeah.
I agree, but I'm sorry. Like you guys have completely like not talked about all of the fuck ups in the previous Halo games. For example, Forge not being available on release.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Invasion. Well, where's Invasion or playable elites? Split
From-
screen. Where's
Oh,
a
this
good
is
campaign? Where's
rushed.
advertising that actually represents what's going to be in the game?
I think these all
no-
come from just rushed release dates.
Yeah. I
They're
kind of
being
agree with
forced
that.
out just to keep up with the Christmas period.
That's true and sort of understandable, but at the same time, it's still like you're not buying the whole. Like Forge has been in. I'm sorry, I don't even know how to like make my point here, but it should have either waited or like brought it
Basically,
out
we're saying
sooner.
it needs to release as a full game, not like half a game that you then have to
We
download
can't have
additional content for.
another MCC.
Yeah.
Yeah, not with Halo Infinite
Like
now anyway.
that game is so bad on launch.
Awful.
I think
It's
they
like
realise
GTA
that now.
Trying to. I remember
Wait.
going back to because we had two lands like within the month of it coming out. We had I-53 and we had the original Gfinity. And I remember going to the Gfinity and my losers 2 match. And it took us 4 hours because we couldn't get the game working.
Yep.
We're best of 3. Dude, because I said no, enough is enough. I can't be asked to play on this shit.
You gotta do a lot of stuff right though, but I think it's more basic and simple than there's no like mathematical equation or formula that will help them fix the game. Just like give the people what they want, like split screen, a good campaign.
I'm happy to wait another 6 months or another year if need be for the game to actually be what everybody wants.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah. I
A
think
good ranking system as
Even-
well.
That's why they're doing the whole MCC update now, is because they're just trying to buy more time for the players while they
definitely
actually finish the game.
update MTC by an extra year or something to make
Yeah.
this game what it should be, and that's fine. I could play MCC for a year. If it was good.
Especially if the rumors are true that we're going back to MCC next season after this one's done,
Yeah.
which would make
Well,
sense with the update.
It should be. Tashi tweeted about it. He said that they definitely looked at options, doing Halo 3 tournaments
at it
and
for this season,
MCC
but
tournaments and stuff.
they looked at it for this season, but then the MCC, the Insider program,
Yeah.
finished in time, so they.
I
Which kind of
definitely
makes sense.
think that's the right way to go, rather than rushing this game just to get it out for the sake of like pleasing.
She's coming.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I didn't understand that, but
I didn't understand the thing you just said.
Reach. MCC reach.
Oh, right, yeah. I'd play that.
I'd love a competitive Reach scene, dude. Like I'm a Reach kid. I played that game for so many
Same.
years. It's like a BTB kid, and I never got. I played one competitive game, got smacked, and then went back to BTB and started in BTB.
That was when I got my feet wet.
But then, unfortunately, like it took me until like sort of the Wembley event for me to actually dip my toes into the competitive scene. And dude, I wish that I was into competitive when I was playing Halo Reach. I would have loved that, dude.
I mean,
Despite all of the problems, it probably like ruined the game for me a little bit. But at the same time, I would love to compete in Halo Reach.
the events were always like, and they were organized, were always subpar right up until Gfinity became like the be all end all of Halo. EGL events and shit we used to get were just awful, really poorly run.
Yeah. The kind of stuff that looks like someone's running it in their like basement or something.
Like it's like we're just renting space to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
And Mr. Great Redshift came and saved us all. Praise be to Matt.
You do a pretty good job at the tournaments.
Amazing job. He gets so much hate when he does so much work. It's like the decisions that people hate on Matt for aren't even Matt's decisions.
All right.
I know what hate you get. So.
While we were discussing Infinite, is there any other thing at E3 that you watched that like sparked your interest? I guess.
To be honest,
I really like what I'm looking forward to Horizon and Kingdom Hearts as well as Smash. Like those games are all for me.
Are we all in agreement that
They're all
Xbox
the things
won E3?
100%.
Yep.
I didn't watch anything else besides the engine showcase, and I like sat there for an hour after that thinking, well, where's the actual Halo gameplay? Because like that can't be it, right? Like
Yeah,
that's not.
I did the same thing.
I honestly thought that little engine showcase was like a mix between like an Ark game or and like a bunch of other things, and then oh cool, there's Halo at the end. Maybe that's like that's one of those things that you show at the very start of the of E3 just to like get all fans of all like games warmed up and ready and excited for what they're actually going to see. You know, I thought that was like a preview type of thing, and then I was still waiting for like the
exactly
Halo
what
shit.
I thought it was going to be.
And then I went
to
on
be fair-
Twitter, looked at the Waypoint thing, and I was like, wait, that's it? And I just literally didn't watch the rest of E3. It was just like, wow, that was it, huh?
Game's released and that's how it looks like visually. Then like, I've got zero complaints about that.
It's the Warthog, though. Did you see that move? Jesus Christ.
How
Sorry.
how well done was the Gears of War segment? Full game,
looked
you're gonna
pretty
release a
good.
third party thing, and then bang, Gears 5 out of nowhere.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not the biggest Gears of War fan, so I'm kind of looking forward to the pop thing more than it. Did my mic just stop? I feel like my mic stopped. Is my mic cutting out?
It did a bit, but
Yes.
I
It
get
did a
what you
bit.
said.
Yeah. I saw the pop figures thing, and that was what interested me the most. I was like, pop figures? Game? What?
I'm not a Gears fan,
The new
but it
Tom
looked pretty good.
Clancy's one looked pretty good. Oh, I can't remember the one that sort of another FPS is coming out like that.
I don't know, but I think, in fact, the game that I'm most excited for from E3 is Cyberpunk. After seeing Cyberpunk,
If you said Last of Us,
no, I watched that. I was so. I'm not one of these people who likes to say the word cringe just because, like, it's the the thing to say something is cringe. I hate people like that.
I feel like it's Naughty Dog just making a big balls to the wall move.
Yeah, but that was like that trailer at the beginning was actual cringe. Like that is the definition of that word. I watched it with people at work.
And he's 13 years old in the story.
Yeah, I watched it with people at work, and we were all just like, "What is this?" I must have watched the Cyberpunk trailer about 10 times now, just the beginning of it when the music kicks in, and then is on like the train thing.
Xbox definitely won out of the three of them, and then
Yeah.
Nintendo was second, and Sony just seemed to have shot the bed.
I don't even. Well, the Nintendo one didn't really like appeal to me because they wasn't even like they weren't even at the event. It was just a pre-recorded video that they displayed on a screen.
Still better than Sony.
It was still better than Sony, but I feel like maybe Bethesda's was better than Nintendo. The only thing I liked from the Nintendo one, to be honest, is Pokemon. I need that game. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I'll be playing that when that comes out.
They're just trying to keep that meme alive, aren't they?
I've recently been playing a lot of Pokemon. Me and a couple of people at work have been playing Fire Red. We all like played at the same time. And over the course of the past 2 days, I have 11 hours played. We did like a randomizer thing. I don't know if you've ever seen people do it, but you can like randomize the game completely. So all the Pokemon you get in like wild areas and stuff are completely random. Everyone's trainer Pokemon are random. It just like switches up the game completely. You find like a Charizard level 2.
To be honest, I know absolutely nothing about Pokemon, so I can't even like. I don't even know what you're on about.
What did you play as a kid?
What did I play as a kid? Crash Bandicoot was a.
I
fun
played
game.
that. What about Spyro?
Yeah, that remake's coming out as well.
I did not play that.
You didn't play Spyro?
That was like 90% of my childhood. Do you guys ever play Crash Bash?
No.
Ew.
I've been doing it with my nephew for the last month when he comes over at the weekends. And I swear to God, in co-op, that is the most brutal game on the planet. Bandicoot Mario Party.
It's fun actually.
You need to have a look at it. It is the most brutal game known to man.
What was
Even
the
even when you look at the speedrun world records, the single player record is still about 8 hours.
What about Dark Souls though? Compared to that game.
In difficulty.
Yeah. 'Cause you're saying
Well,
it's brutal, but
It's
Dark
brutal,
Souls
but Crash
pretty-
Bash is more RNG brutal.
Oh, I see. I feel kind of bad for like some Halo speedrunners because I watched this one guy, I can't even remember his name, like Siphon or something like that. But sometimes we're like an hour into the run and like he's trying to do this one jump and then like RNG means this one elite spawns like 10 feet to the left, so we can't like do that Halo 2. Do you know where you like zoom in with a beam rifle, then you switch to your sword and then you just go absolutely flying?
Yeah, sword flying, yeah.
Yeah, he basically like couldn't do that or something along those lines. And I just feel so bad. Like he's putting all of his time into speedrunning and shit, and then that happens. You know, that's gotta suck.
SGDQ went live about an hour ago.
Pardon?
SGDQ went live about an hour ago if you follow the speedrun marathons.
Ah,
A big week full long 24-hour stream of just
Cool.
speedrunning like every game known to man.
I
RIP.
couldn't do it.
For that.
No way.
Same.
It's not the same guy. It's a big massive event. There's like thousands of runners there.
Alright. The only game I've ever tried to speedrun is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Headshot.
That makes sense because he's fast.
You should definitely have a look at SGDQ at some point during the week. If there's a game you really liked, it's probably being run. See these games that
Right.
took you like 4 hours to this one bit, and this guy's just glitched his way through the whole game in 5 minutes.
See, yeah, I don't like watching speedruns where you have to like glitch the game. I mean, it's cool. I enjoy watching it for the first time, but then the fact that like people, I don't know, I don't count that as like a legitimate run, really. If you have to glitch the game, do something that's not natural, that's like, eh.
So few games now they're actually like glitchless runs.
Yeah. I just feel like people like you're avoiding so much confrontation when you glitch stuff to like get out of certain areas and do something quicker. But there is like a skill to it, definitely being able to like figure out. There must be countless hours trying to figure out how to do stuff like that.
Especially with some of these tricks are like you have to be frame perfect or it's run over.
Yeah. You miss it and then you have to like press the restart button because it's going to affect you by 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're in you're in a 6-hour run and you just bullsed up at the 4-hour mark and then you've got to go back and start again.
Yeah. I've seen someone do it on Halo 2 before, like they ball something up and they're like, nope, that's going to mean I'm like 3 seconds later than my previous run, time to restart the mission.
That's painful though, because like the worst part as well is like this really difficult part of the campaign I watched on Halo 2, like to try and get through. It's basically like where he was pretty much what he called it was humping a box in like the Cairo station level, and literally he did it like went onto that mission restarted about 20 times in a row, and it's like every single time you have to like listen to this one speech and then get in the lift and then go through all of this stuff, and then you eventually get to the box, and then you know you try and skip your way through the part, and then you fail, and then you restart again, and you realize like 3 hours later that you've been sat there the entire time watching the guy do the exact same thing for the like past 3 hours and just fail over and over again. It's actually like horrible sometimes, stuff like that. Pass the map in speedrunning.
I don't have the patience to be a speedrunner.
Same. I wouldn't. Very difficult.
I've dabbled in it in the past with like Crash Team Racing, but it's more you need to have like severe OCD just to like focus that long.
Something like that.
The only thing that comes close to that kind of thing for me is like trying to be the fastest one around a racetrack in a racing game or something like that, or like do the.
Well, that's actually what speedrunning is, though, really.
Yeah,
It's just the way
or like the longest like ramp jump in the crew or something like that. Like stuff like that is the closest I get.
I can go without failing on trials or something.
Yeah.
To be fair though, for me it just depends on how long the game has been out for, because like you just know if you're going to like up a ramp and you're trying to get like a record or some shit like that, that if the game's been out for like a year or something like that, that there's been like 200 or 1,000 people just constantly going up this ramp trying to perfect it, and then you know it's gonna take you a week to try and even get close to the bloody record. And that's what makes me give up sometimes, to be honest. But yeah, I can relate to the stuff you're on about though. Sometimes I don't play a lot of games, to be honest though.
I used to play a lot of games, but recently I don't. I feel like a lot of people are like that, especially like Halo players. We all kind of like
Yeah.
used to play
Well,
games, but now
it's
we're all kind
because
of stuck with
well,
Halo.
it's just Halo 5. The thing with Halo 5 is if you don't play for a couple of days, you fall off a cliff.
I don't feel like that way. I haven't played for 2 weeks. I played today and I haven't lost a game. I played about 6, 7 games and I won every single one after a 2-week break. It usually happens. I feel like I get worse when I continue
Please
playing.
send me the screenshots. I want to see this.
I
I
actually
might go.
think
I
to a
might go
degree,
Waypoint. I might go Waypoint and look at your game history.
Maybe I lost one. I don't know.
to be fair though, like sometimes a break is so refreshing if you've been playing like grinding for like a couple of months and you just
Yeah.
take a week's break, you come back and you're just like significantly better than you were before you took the break. That sort of stuff happens sometimes. But at the same time, like a couple of weeks off, like and you haven't been playing like grinding before, Jesus Christ, it can be rough matchmaking, especially since this new ranking system is obviously messed up the way it is. So
I actually don't mind True Skill too. I think you can't just autopilot your way through to Onyx anymore.
but what if you do like you're better than everyone you're playing against, and they're diamond? Like I don't know what like if you're a diamond, yeah, I like it not being easy to get there, but at the same time, if you're actually an Onyx level player, I still think it shouldn't be. You shouldn't have to like get 50 kills every single game to win and to get the Onyx,
Yeah.
and do that every single
It,
game to keep your Onyx.
it's because I get what they've tried to do, but the game doesn't take into account certain things. Like it
Long
does it based
gameplay.
off your
Does it-
stats. Like it doesn't take into account a certain play that you made that could have won you the game. If it's a 2-2
Yeah.
flag game and you pull off something amazing, like you distract 3 opponents for 20 seconds so that your teammates can cap a flag, the game doesn't take that into account, and then it might not give you XP because you might have only got 16 kills in that game, where the
Potentially,
game
or you
predicted
do a
you should have
Turk.
got 24.
Or you- Yeah, or you could do a Turk and potentially go risk being deranked because your accuracy was 24% because you're teabagging everyone. So that's happened before now. He's lost more than everyone else on his team before now because he was too busy teabagging, so his accuracy was like 15%.
See that? Yeah, that's stupid. You start shooting bodies and the game is like, wait a minute, you have 10% accuracy now. No XP. What?
You're probably hitting them though. It's just they were dead by that point, you know.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't hit a dead body on the floor, there's definitely something
So
wrong.
if you really want to cheese the damage system, it still counts your teammates as well.
Does it? Oh my god, dude! Didn't even know that.
Your accuracy and your damage both go up when you hit your teammates as well.
That's incredible.
After 3 years of the game being out, that's still a thing.
The worst thing for me is when every time Refuge loads up and I go for snipe, and I've got somebody like Icon behind me who doesn't get it and then rage quits.
I have not that once, to be fair. The thing is, though, on Refuge,
I always win the ping battle when it comes to snipe. I always win it.
well, the thing is for me, like, I don't like grabbing snipe and then being my own on that side of the map. So if there's like another person going for snipe, I'm not like, especially since they're kind of controller and I'm shit with it anyway. I'm just sort of like, well, you grab it then, and I just go under their car or just rush their carbine, just so my sniper's like safe to push up to ring, which no one else does, which is kind of annoying. Which I think might be a new strat in the
It's
future.
just from the way the way something always used to be played was that one guy pushed snipe. Like the way the old meta always used to be was one guy pushed snipe, and when they had the snipe, they watched the other teams jump up to that jump up, and then the other two would go into ring. But you had some teams that just got their balls to the wall and didn't even go for their own snipe and sent him after their one instead.
That's just the most stupid strategy I've ever heard of, dude.
There's only like
It
4
used to
bullets in
work.
the snipes
It used to
on
work.
thingy,
Go back
isn't
if
there?
you go back to No, it's up to 8 again now. But if you go back
Ah.
to 2012 Reach, Classic, which is a team of Straight Sick, Prototype, Chig, and Russo, they tried that on Instinct, which was Ogre 2, Roy, Lunchbox, and Pistola back when they were all still really good.
Oh my god.
And they absolutely demolished them.
No way. That's like the word. Like
They started the game, right? They had to claw it out. Like they ended up losing by time in the end. Or was it like Instinct lost it by time in the end? But what happened was that they were down 2 fights to 0 within the first minute and a half. Because they didn't even go for their own snipe, they just went straight out and took Instincts out.
This sounds like the worst strategy ever, to be honest, from my perspective.
Nobody expects it.
Yeah, I know, but that doesn't make it good though.
It makes it unpredictable, which
That
is
doesn't mean it's efficient
what I
though.
think works.
How many times are you expecting to be pushed in your own sniper within
Yeah.
10 seconds?
Yeah, but then if you do well, for example, whether you predict it or not, you're still going to do what you're going to do going into it. You're still doing your starting strategy, right? But then just because it's unpredictable doesn't mean that they're going
I
to
think
kill you. Like it's just
That's
crazy,
the kind of
man.
strat that works the one time you do it, and then if you do it like 5 times on from them, it's not gonna work.
Because they were essentially like the Reach's version of Splice. Like they just took what everyone else did, and they played it 500 miles an hour faster than everyone else.
Some great ass player to pull that off, dude. To be honest.
I'll show you. There's probably the VOD somewhere on YouTube. Let's have a look here.
Aside from we've spoke Halo a lot, is there anything else that you guys are interested in at the moment? I guess any movies or anything. There's been a lot of. In fact, I have to ask, Venom. Anyone gonna watch Venom?
Yes.
Because I've watched the trailer for that about 50 times. Specifically the end 10 seconds where he goes, "We are Venom."
Well, I'm excited for Venom, but not too excited. I mean, ever since Infinity War, I just haven't been excited about the Marvel franchise, to be honest with you.
I think I'm more excited for Venom than I was Infinity War.
I was just like, what the fuck was that ending?
It was pretty badass, though.
When was the last time you had a Marvel movie in that where the bad guys just kind of won?
Yeah, true.
Like, where they won and it was just like, okay, movie over.
That was the weirdest like feeling walking out of a movie. The fact that like.
Oh, I didn't even know if that was the actual ending of the film, because I went to watch it with like the old, not Morg, but like the old Cammy, because we were like real life friends, friends from like around here, and it was like Marvel movies. There's always something after the credits. We thought after the credits was going to be the actual ending.
Yeah, I walked out of that movie feeling like I had lost.
Yeah.
And that was.
Like, don't get me wrong, it was still a great movie, but
yeah. Usually when I walk out of a superhero movie, I'm like all hyped and I'm like, wow, that was amazing. Like, I wish I could be like those characters or something. You know, childhood dreams. And then in this one, I was just like, fuck. What is life? What is my purpose?
Yeah.
Like when you watch a TV series,
life decisions the next morning in the shower because of the Infinity War ending.
When you watch like a TV series and you just binge watch it for like 3 days straight, and then you watch the final episode, and after it you're like, what do I do with my life now? That was Infinity War for me.
For me, that was like Jessica Jones, season 1 and 2, Luke Cage, Daredevil.
Luke Cage season 2's out now as well.
Yeah, I've watched a couple episodes of that. Looks pretty
don't
cool.
spoil it because I haven't.
But it's how I found the ending. Did you guys ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
No, I don't think I did.
What about the ending to that as well? It just kind of ended.
It just ended.
Kind of had it set for another 3 seasons, and then what they tried to do is they tried to ram 3 seasons into 1 episode. You just kind of skip about 3 years of storyline. All this, they spent a whole season building up to this one wedding, and then you find out in the next episode that 3 years later they all divorced and everyone died. And I was like, oh.
Oh my god, that's some dark ass ending, dude.
Game 1 in the old cheeky chat.
I feel like there's been loads of movie trailers. In fact, there has. I know. Bumblebee. Has anyone seen the Bumblebee trailer?
No, no, I'm not really a Transformers guy.
Oh, what?
I'm sorry, I'm not into Transformers.
What about
Man,
Christopher Robin? Has anyone seen the trailer for Christopher Robin?
nope.
Good old Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, Winnie the Pooh. Oh, I'll be watching that for sure.
Guys, it's the sort of movie you need to go with a partner, and I'm still single.
That was sad the way you said that, man.
I've since been some dark
Cry
times, man.
every Tim.
Guys, do you know? This is like a really weird segue into this conversation, and like, oh well, I'm just gonna fucking say it. Do you guys know that fucking oh, what are they called? There's new people that own Indiana Jones. Disney own Indiana Jones now, which is fucked up.
These new people, that Disney.
I mean, the Star Wars.
Have you seen this image where they they have a fucking Infinity Gauntlet and they own like everything on it, like all of the fucking movie franchises and shit.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I have not seen this, but it sounds funny.
Wait, so I'm gonna try and get an image and put it in the chat.
The Disney logic. What's your opinion? I think out of the 3 Star Wars films they brought out, well, out of the 4, bearing in mind I'm like a lifelong Star Wars fan, and I would take Rogue One over the other 3.
Same, to be honest with you. I didn't like the episode 7 or 8, to be honest.
Even so, though.
Haven't seen that movie yet.
Wait, I saw. I saw the one with BB-8 in it, like the first one with BB-8 in it, and then that's the most recent one I've seen.
I watched Rogue One, but you can't go in expecting it to be a Star Wars movie.
It's not the
But
same, are they?
it's good, but it's not a typical Star Wars movie. Filler between episodes 3 and 4.
I feel like there's something about these Star Wars movies where it just doesn't feel like as much as of a war as it should. Like, I don't know, in the old movies, like you saw the armies and then vehicles and then stuff like that. In this one, it kind of just seems like, I don't know, fucking just everyone turns up out of nowhere type of thing, you know? I don't know. That's my opinion. Too much of the main characters, in my opinion, on screen.
I don't even know how episode 9's even going to go.
To be honest, I don't even fucking care anymore. I was like the biggest Star Wars fan like 2 years ago.
Oh, my
See, that was-
Twilight Sabers like everywhere.
I used to watch it as a kid, but then I stopped, and I haven't since. I don't know how many years it's been. Probably been at least a good 10 years since I took note in the Star Wars story. All right.
We're still a bit pessimistic there. It's like, well, the Star Wars universe has gone to shit. Oh well.
I think we're coming towards the end of our time because it is approaching 7:30, and I think somebody has to go at that time, right?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, man.
Oh,
I
you
say
can't
it's coming towards the end of the time, and Senor Hiccup has got to go sub for screaming.
Yeah, don't you have to go around 7:30? I think.
Yeah, the scrim's not on anymore, man.
Oh, well, that's great. What happened there?
I don't know. Apparently, some team cancelled, I think, or they cancelled. I'm not sure. They just said it's
Oh.
not on anymore. So it's like, okay.
Oh, European Halo.
YOLO.
We can podcast forever.
Did anyone watch the England game?
No. Honestly, no right.
Yeah.
We have so much in common.
You're on the other side of the border now, aren't you, Jacob?
Yes, I'm Welsh, dude. I do not even care. And plus, even I wouldn't even. Well, I kind of care about the Welsh football team, but at the same time, I don't care about football at all, man. Honestly, it just, especially being a rugby fan, brought up with rugby and stuff.
Say, if you're Welsh, is
Pardon?
rugby. I was about to say if you're Welsh, is rugby.
Yeah, it's just like it's better like growing up with rugby. I don't even know how anyone can like football. Well, not like football, but like watching football as a sport. It's
Always
just
crazy here during the Six Nations because I'm like legit like half a mile off the Welsh border.
Who do you want to win then?
I'm in England.
You're on.
But
Oh my god!
so
You
close to the
work
Welsh
in
border.
Wales and you don't even want Wales to win. How could you?
Till September. I won't be Welsh until September.
Oh yeah, you're moving into Wales, aren't you?
Up north.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah. I'll be moving in with Senor Evil Panda.
You serious?
At uni there in September, and I'm just gonna work.
Oh,
I never.
It's
Are you
that's
two
why-
like
that's why
close
I
friends or
experimented.
something? I never knew you like spoke to each other.
who? Like Manatee and Evil, or
Yeah.
yeah?
There's a
Is
lot
it
of
the
weird
doctor?
ties because he's not too far from me in real life anyway, and like because we were teammates last time, weren't we?
Uh,
It's
how
like
long have you actually
both,
like
both, being,
known each
both
other?
being Shropshire guys. Not that long. Not really. Not, it was only like a month before the last event.
Is
It
it
was
purely
mostly
just because it's like a
through
convenience thing? Like just you both
uni,
want to
because
do
they
it
both
and
live in the same town, which is only about 20 minutes from me as well, and they're
Yeah.
real life friends. Oh, we bridge the gap because I've known Darren for like years as well because you know we started going to events at the same time.
I wanted to get like an apartment with my mate like a year ago or something, but the plan just didn't fall through correctly.
You should move up to Aberystwyth. Come join me and Jack.
Nah, that's too
Hey.
far from work.
Nah, get the train. You'll be fine.
Yeah, trains are bad enough as it is.
Yeah, 3 hour train back down to Cardiff to then get a 2 hour train back up. You'll be fine.
Nah, I'm planning on moving pretty soon as well. Then we can get loads of content going.
Hands
What do you guys
fitting.
plan on doing then, like content-wise, in the future?
I've done 2 videos today actually.
Videos, nice.
Yes, I've been in that mood for some reason rather than streams. I did stream for like an hour and a half, but
One of them's got nothing to do with Revive. It's just he stood in front of the shower singing into a hairbrush.
no, it's not.
Oh.
To be fair, if I did upload that, that'd probably be the most viewed video on the channel.
It's just like
Yeah.
Dolly Parton 9 to 5.
Actually, a good song as well. I think Barton's underrated, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Huh?
To be fair, I paid to see that.
Ah, you paid to see that? Jesus Christ.
I will check my Twitter feed tomorrow. There's just a big video of Jaden going around singing in the shower.
If that's what I need to do to pull in the views, then maybe so.
Oh my god, dude, you'd actually do it.
Actually, I'm actually gonna like.
We'll stick a massive
Okay.
advert for the Revive apparel line at the end of it.
Oh yeah, plug the revive.
I'm gonna DM Rochelle right now and see if I can get her to convince you to do it.
No.
Oh
my god.
Search for people in groups. Oh fuck, what's their thing?
Want to know a video idea I have that I would love to do in Halo 5? It's to do with the EU Halo competitive or amateur competitive scene, yeah. And I'd love to do like a review of just like a bunch of the matchmaking games I've played in like a David Attenborough-ish voice, and just like
Just
comment it
make
in.
it a documentary.
As we can see, this amateur European Halo player leaves Nest. We call this type of play.
I did this to my friend Alex a couple of days ago. He showed me he showed me this clip of him on Refuge or Sank, just going off with the snipers, getting body shot for days, and then me and Depleted are in the party just picking apart everything he's doing, not helping his team.
Oh my god! Yeah, but
The
the thing
whole
is,
45 seconds, he's got 7 kills and he's not moved out of ring once.
yeah, but wouldn't that be like amazing to do, like full on, like taking the piss out of everyone in the scene, like obviously like in a friendly banter way.
To be fair, I might record that and just do that after this.
Oh my god, that would be
Take that
amazing.
clip and just rip it apart.
We could just go into like all of our theater games and just like take the piss out of everyone. Like every single stat and every single like player like that will get exposed in the video. Wouldn't that be great?
Me and Conscript were gonna do this because Nate Strafe. He's trying to make a montage. So me and Conscript, what we're gonna do because we've got a
Trying
lot
being
of,
the keyword.
we've got we've got a lot of clips of him like falling off the map in clutch moments or like rocketing himself. So what we're gonna do is when he releases his, we're gonna release a fail montage of him with just like Benny Hill going on in the background.
Montage could be made, like a fail montage. Like 20 of them could be made about me, dude.
It's just gonna have like sarcastic music with like Mission Impossible.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking running off the map.
Because he has like a big massive he has a massive habit of chasing people. So we thought, why don't we just take the piss out of him for it?
Wouldn't like for example, we could expose chasers as well, like everyone in the community that chases as well.
Anyway,
Wouldn't that be great?
we just have Benny Hill going on in the background.
Dude, it would have to be like a
Copyright
proper like a wildlife.
Oh.
Jesus.
Copyright strike.
We just have that going on in the background.
That'd be pretty good.
We did that for one event back in Halo 4. We all had team intros, and then one team just had like clips of them shit in the bed instead.
Very unique approach.
That's somewhere. Where is that gone?
I need to work on my David Attenborough voice though, to be honest. Any of you guys know anyone that can do a good David voice? Attenborough
Yeah,
voice?
the guy who does the Lives of series for the Halo stuff on YouTube. Don't know his name. The guy who does like the Lives of the Grunts or the Lives of the Elites thing on YouTube. He's amazing at it.
I have no idea who you're talking about, mate.
Well, literally just go on YouTube and like search Lives of the Grunts, David Attenborough or something like that, and you'll see.
Grunts, David
And
Attenborough.
now, going directly into the lives of the Grunts.
The Lives of the Grunts. Yeah.
I found my old team intro as well. There we go. This is
I heard the
very
music
much
and that sounded like some MLG intro thing.
my microphone. Yeah, it was very much from an event that was 5 years ago now.
And my hope will never die.
Oh my god, it does a great David Attenborough voice. You're right. Oh, dude, the lives of like European amateur Halo players. Oh my god, dude.
Now we jump directly into the lives of the European Halo players.
Oh my god. Oh, you actually do a fucking sick voice as well, to be fair. Dude, you need to do the video. That'd be sick. I could get the clips of like all of the dirty moments from everyone in the scene, like chasing, statting.
It was Human that did that.
This is a wild Danny 7.
So much fun.
Legend has it, if you have Danny 7 on your team, you are destined to fail.
Dude, legend has it, no one has ever won with him on his team.
Yeah, like get all the people there. We're just gonna like screen share a big gameplay, and then we're just gonna roast them.
That'd be amazing, though. That'd be so much fun.
Gameplay. We'll make a hashtag out of it.
We could.
Like roast my selfie. We're just gonna roast my gameplay. Did it for like obviously the wrong reasons. It won't even, if they make a great player, we'll still find something wrong with it.
How long have we been podcasting for now?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that question. We've been recording for about an hour and 15 minutes, I'd say. So I'd say we're coming up to the end of this There's There was like a solid 30 minutes. There was constant discussion, and now it's kind of like 5 minutes talking, a little bit of a break, silence here and there.
Talking
I feel
talking about
like-
roast.
Yeah, we've run out of things to say. We're just coming up with content ideas now, spitballing ideas in a podcast.
Oh, dude, honestly, no, that's not like I'm actually gonna make that like turn that into a video. I swear to God.
I've always wanted to do the
Roast-
David
roast
Attenborough
and
thing. To be
gameplay.
fair, I just, in all honesty, don't want to put the effort in to do it, but maybe I'll have to.
I'll put so like all you have to do is the voice. I'll even like have
That's the
somewhat of a
thing.
script for you.
No,
I'll
I
even
have,
get
I
the
have,
clip.
I have
I'll
a
do
perfect
that,
thing- I have
actually.
a perfect thing this as well. The rest of my gameplay. I don't know if any of you saw it, but I remember I bought that ass trophy ago. I was gonna hand it to someone. It's just a donkey trophy that I was gonna give to someone at the event for whatever reason. So what we could do is make a contest out of it. Of everyone
Oh,
that's
that'd
going
be
to
great.
LAN the
That'd be so much.
gameplay, and then the winner just gets a little trophy of a donkey.
That's great, man.
A
Didn't
big
someone
commission, uh,
make like cards with like L written on them as well for like the
Yeah,
who was
I
that?
knew that was coming up because that was Mike. Yep.
was
I
you,
was
Liam?
gonna bring it up.
I've still got most of them somewhere.
Oh my
Ah.
God. Didn't know that was you, man. Jeez. It's quite
That's
touching.
the sort of shenanigans I get up to. I gave Strife 2 just for no reason. I'll post it now. There we go. That's the trophy. That's all I get.
That is a great trophy. And we're giving that to someone who has like you're giving that to someone that has like the worst player to next event or something, or
You know, that trophy's looking nice, but that
gonna be
foot on the left as well, that looks even
oh my
better.
God.
Discord, isn't it?
Oh.
I think it was either going to be someone for being like making like the silliest player, the biggest tit in the community. I
That's
thought,
got it.
why don't we just make a competition out of it with a roast my gameplay?
Dude, you could actually like speak to the casters about it, and then like Golden Boy could give it to like a player on stream. Wouldn't that be so fucking?
My original
funny?
plan was to give it to Golden Boy.
Oh my God.
By the way, Golden Boy, you've got the ass of the year.
Imagine walking up to him on stream and giving him that trophy.
I
Like
think
in front of thousands of people.
Do it
that
at the
could
after
almost be
first.
as embarrassing as the splice easy button thing that they did.
Oh, dude, that was.
Well, that was easy. 12-year-olds.
training.
Isn't there like an American player that's actually like too young to compete in like European Halo or something like that?
Neptune.
How young is that guy then? Like 15 or something? Isn't 16 the minimum?
Yeah. I think he's 16 now, but back when he started, he was only 15.
Ah, right. Okay.
It's just because of the gambling laws, more than anything, because of that much money being on the line.
Oh, don't mention that word to me. Gambling.
Be 13 in America, and you have to be 16.
I've been gambling a lot recently. This is my only interest in the World Cup is the fact that I can make money from it. Really, I've been gambling on all the World Cup games.
Okay, look, you get it.
What's this?
Bring it home. Is it coming home? Is football coming home?
I don't even know what that means. But
Does that mean England's gonna win it?
yeah, is that?
Old
Oh, I
song,
said it's
Free
a
Lions
fucking-
song. Football's coming home.
Can't remember. I made about 160 from football bets this week.
Okay, drinks on you then.
Yeah. I made about 160 from football bets, but then yesterday I lost like 60. So, but I'm still
Oh,
up.
you're ahead, man.
I'm still. Yeah, I did. I transferred the money that I had left to my bank account, and then I was like, that's it now.
Nice. Why is
Uh,
he dude?
Take it where you can.
Which is precisely why we have the order of new Revive hoodies coming, because I used my betting money that I won to buy those. So.
Nice.
I won about. Well, I won like 60 quid on the last Pro League when it was the ESL one.
Can you actually bet on esports now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bet 365.
Surprised.
I think William Hill might do it as well for some. Maybe like League of Legends.
Bet365 covers most esports now.
Yeah. I
Just
know
to cover
that
the Pro League and all the man.
I know you
Did
can
have
Sky
to.
do it as well. I think now you can Sky bet. I think.
Yeah, but Sky.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like. I'm going to bet 365 right now. I actually kind of like want to see the esports they have on there and stuff.
While we're on the topic of betting, this kind of relates to it. Is anyone going to be watching the boxing match, the KSI versus Logan Paul match? Is anyone going to watch that?
No, no.
No one's going to watch that.
Definitely not.
No.
Nope. I'll watch it because I'm going to put money on it. But
On the esports. Yeah, Jake, they've got Dota 2, League of Legends. Scrolling down, Street Fighter 5, Hearthstone, FIFA, Counter Strike. Okay. They have the 2K League. Rainbow
what?
Six. They've still got StarCraft 2. Yeah, NBA 2K did a league.
But I can't find.
They just take all these like Adderall injected Americans and stick them on their NBA orbs. Teams are like like esports versions of the NBA teams, like the Celtics are like CLTX Gaming. They compete for a lot of money that no one watches because it's a broken game. FIFA's pay to win, but on steroids.
all right then. Oh, my microphone isn't being picked up.
That. What's he? What's KOG? What esport is KOG?
KOG.
Oh, King of Glory. I just saw it as like a little profile picture of the game. Never heard of it before.
There's gonna be some
Cool.
hater bets stuck on when we get closer to New Orleans.
It actually
I'm
seems like a little
stick some money on it.
I miss the fantasy HCS fantasy league thing.
Money out of it anymore, so we stopped it.
Yeah.
Finding unique ways to get all the money back. For example, anytime you pay for anything through PayPal, if when you give your reason for purchase is just adult content, refund it you because they think you're paying for porn.
Wow.
It's very easy to get free stuff doing that.
You put that in like the notes section or something, or what?
If you go to claim your money back, you say I paid for adult content, I didn't get my thing back.
Oh.
Refund it because of the phrase adult content.
Oh, I'm about to buy like a MacBook Pro or something. Adult content.
Ease you up if you're trying to buy something like a MacBook. Yeah. Can't having anything to do with porn. You're paying for it, and they won't authorize the payment, so you get the stuff and then keep the money.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say about that. To be honest.
But it happens.
Oh, so besides video ideas and streams, then and everyone doing their own individual thing, what do you reckon about? Like, I kind of want to work together to come up with a few videos or streams.
Right. One night a month during the whole Revive game night, we all jump on a game together.
Sounds great.
That would be cool, and I'd be down for that. It's just difficult to get everyone on at the same time.
Well,
if
from
it's
now
doable, then
until September, there's only like 1 or 2 days I can't do.
Yeah. See, we've
Mostly
been wanting to do group content for ages, and this is really the first kind of actual group content that's been done. We originally did me, Zoak, and the American guy, Matarol. We did like a Halo 5 multi-team thing together when that playlist was on. but we never released it because it was like so rushed and just bad in general. But
What
we've
about
wanted to do stuff for ages.
What we need to do is strat roulette.
See,
Pod
yeah,
Fortnite or something. We just
that's the content idea that we had to begin with.
a bottle of vodka. A bottle of vodka is strat roulette.
So that's the stuff we wanted to do. I suggested that. I said like, right, well, you could just like a 2v2, and we just do
Wanna
some
stop
really
playing
weird stuff.
Because I have these like roulette wheels from when I used to do it with like my friends all the time.
It should be easier to
Just
do
go
now.
into certain game types.
'Cause we've
But you on the wheel, each little segment is just like a different stipulation for that game. If it lands on, that's the only thing you can do that game.
yeah.
Oh, I know what I mean. Yeah.
Content
The
should be
worst
easier now because we brought more people in. The problem that we had before was because you two weren't in here when we originally decided to start doing content stuff. So it was just me, Nadepool, Zoak, and Matt, and getting all four of us online at the same time was just impossible because of time zones and stuff. So now that we have more people, it should be easier to do stuff like this.
Cards. I found the box.
Well, to be honest, I'd love to start bumping out videos, dude. I actually like I kind of only get this feeling because I played this like really like fun refuge CTF game, and I don't know why I just really wanted to upload it as a video. Then I was like, hang on a minute, I've only been streaming for like the past back into making videos as well, to be honest, because it's just you can just be a little bit more creative sometimes, you know, when
Yeah.
like, instead of streaming.
I've been in a content mood rather than a streaming mood recently. I think it's because I've been watching more YouTube rather than Twitch as well.
Yeah, same. Yeah, a little bit. I've got back into YouTube a little bit. It was like for the past 6 months, besides this last month, I just kind of never went on YouTube. I even forgot who I've like subscribed to
Yeah.
be honest. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna start making some videos, and you know, doing that as part of Revive would be amazing, to be honest.
Yeah. I definitely want to get. It'd be nice to get weekly content out on the YouTube channel, which is why I wanted to. I kept on asking people to do, post your clips in the the clip folder, because then if people do it every week, then we can do like weekly highlight videos on the YouTube
I
channel.
only had one clip, and it was like when we were doing our Europa match for top 8, and I got an overkill, and I got my kill tag. It wasn't stolen, but I got team killed on the kill tag, and I just called my teammate an anal beat, and that's it.
Oh my god. All right, well, yeah, I'll get all my clips in today then.
Yep.
I'll go and look for it now.
Before I go to sleep.
All right.
What's it called?
Where am I?
Yeah, I don't have too many clips with the overlay on, and I kind of don't want to use the one that I ninja, so
Let's. You don't need. It doesn't need the overlay. Just any. It can be like with the overlay, with your old one, or just a raw gameplay clip.
yeah, most of them are going to be raw, to be honest, unfortunately. But moving forward, though, I'll probably have like a lot more overlay ones. But yeah, it's weekly content sounds like a great idea, to be honest.
All right. We'll end on the idea of more content, so people can look forward to more.
Posting the link for the the kill tag check where I call my teammate an anal beat.
I'll watch it after. I'm not going to play it during this because it'll record the audio from the clip.
I'm watching it on stream, on podcast. I hope the audio is in.
No.
I'm gonna mute it. I'm gonna mute it. Oh my god, I can't mute it. Wait, no, that's on the. Oh, okay, I muted it. Don't worry. So you got double. The nade misses, but this guy goes sniper. Oh my god, it's a nice triple on base. There's the overkill. It was a one shot. You killed Banana.
Went to go get him.
This
and
guy
then
one shot. Oh my god, dude. Why was he even shooting? He was behind the wall.
And he's just a really old one. This is like months and months ago. This is last October. Something that was because like I was playing Fortnite and the MLG had no idea this was going on. We were just watching him glitch out as he tried to walk against the wall. This guy's just going ape shit.
Oh my god. Man, I kind of feel like making a video right now, to be honest.
I've already. Well, yeah, I've done 2 today. So you should go and do it.
I stopped
Right.
promoting my YouTube channel again.
Yes, definitely. All right. Let's end here. We've had like 30 seconds of silence.
Yeah, it's not been good. I've just been too busy watching the clips you guys put. Well,
Yeah.
Manetee's put in the chat of a guy like fucking. I don't even know what like fucking humping a fucking wall or some shit. I don't even know. So yeah.
Yep. All right. That was good. We've been. I'd say it was about an hour and a half. It says an hour and 35 minutes, but the first like 2 or 3 minutes weren't really actual topics. It was just us looking at the free agent list. So an hour and a half is good. I can probably condense it to like an hour and 20 minutes or something, and then spend 5 hours uploading that to YouTube. So yeah.
It's always fun, isn't it?
Yep.
Have it like not being able to use your PC because it's too busy trying to upload it, and then you just really want to watch videos and stuff, but then that'll take away from the upload speed, and you just kind of have to go on your phone or something.
Yeah.
I've been there.
All right. Let's end it there then, and then I'm gonna go and get some food because I'm hungry. You're gonna go and record, and Mike's gonna go to bed.
Oh.
Not really. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's gonna go and do his David Attenborough thing. That's definitely what he's doing.
100%.
All right.
Good.
Before we
Really
leave,
good.
I'm gonna have to plug the Revive merch. Check out the Revive merch. I will link it in the description. You guys should have a look. Have you seen yet? Have you looked at the stuff, the hoodies and stuff? Because I put it.
Yes.
In fact, I tag you all. Of course, you've seen it because I tagged you in it. The hoodie looks cool.
I think I saw it. I like the white hoodie, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get that in the future.
I've got the black one at the moment, but I'll definitely be picking up a white one when I can. This one took so long to come.
Are we getting black ones?
Yes, I've ordered 4 black ones at the moment, so you will be getting black ones to start off with.
Mixed matters.
All right. So yeah, check out the merch, and I guess we will be back whenever we decide to do another one, because we have no idea what it's gonna be. We will be back. We'll have to try and get other people on this, so it's not just us every time. But maybe, I don't know, maybe it'd be cool if it was like the frequent trio.
Oh my god.
Bringing guests.
I'd love to bring in guests.
That'd be fun.
Cool. Bring in guests from like other teams and stuff. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what kind of reception it gets, and if people want it, then definitely I'll invite people. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna end the recording here.
Done.